Welcome to Growth Hack by Poppy Digital. Tips and tricks to master the algorithms from industry insiders. Now here's your host, Julian Espinoza.
Welcome back to Growth Hack, where we break down marketing channels like Google, Facebook, Instagram, and show them how to make them work for you.
How many visits does it take for your customer to convert? I bet it's more than 5 visits, and it's probably more like 10 to 20 before a customer takes action. As the internet gets busier and we become more distracted, we don't buy things without research and interruptions. This has landed us in a place where we need several more touch points to get a consumer to buy. On this episode of Growth Hack, we bring on Cody Bramlett to teach us how he gets consumers to buy on a single touch point. Cody is a recovering personal trainer turned 8-figure nutritional supplement brand owner. He also teaches other driven entrepreneurs how to start, scale, and sell their own nutritional supplement brands through his coaching and mastermind called Supplement Millionaire. Welcome to the show, Cody.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Very, very excited to have you, specifically because of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So I'm gonna start off, as we always start on the show, like right into it. Right now, we're at a very interesting time. Privacy is making it harder. Apple is making it harder for us to track emails, to track Facebook, to track users across the internet. I mean, like right now is a time that a lot of marketers are freaking out because we see the trend that we're going to. We're going to a cookieless world. We're seeing Google doing sandbox stuff. Like there's just so much going on today that tracking customers is not what it used to be, and it's not what it's going to be. You've got something interesting right now. You've got something that you're getting customers to buy on the first touch. And we haven't had anyone on the show really talk about this. And it's incredibly interesting because of this cookieless world, right? So what do you got? Tell us, what is this secret sauce that you're getting customers to buy on the first touch?
Love it. Well, I'm excited to share this because it just works really well. And it's one of the easiest way to get your companies from 0 to 60 and just kind of get them off the ground running. What it is something we've all heard of before and ignored, and that is direct marketing. This is the idea of long form sales pages, the 10,000 word stories that get a customer to know, like, and trust you and want to buy in that first touch. And I've basically been involved in the health world in that, basically working with affiliates of other companies that are similar to us or people who tend to drive traffic. And this is one of the easiest ways to get customers fast. I'm talking, I've had months with 15,000 customers. I've had my average month, probably about 3,500 customers. So with this, you're able to grow rapidly, sell to a giant audience of people, and have a very low cost to start up because most of it's all commission based, meaning you only pay once the sale has been made.
Okay, so you're talking about really long sales pages with captivating stories. Let's touch on that a little bit before we go to our next question here. What are we talking about? So these pages are really long landing pages. I think I've seen them before. I think I've seen them with like Oprah Winfrey or Dr. Oz. I've seen these before. So talk to us. What do they mean in your world?
Definitely. So there's two camps. So you mentioned Dr. Oz stuff and like the Shark Tank people or the Oprah stuff. Those are all written and created by basically scammers who are trying to sell something aggressively and do it the most unethical way. You know, it's the worst kind of used car salesman you could imagine. Whereas we're trying to be more of the Carvana, right? We're trying to be the best possible way of selling like a kind of a used car in that concept because we are selling, right? Not going to lie. We're not a brand. We're selling a product. And so we're basically telling an entire story, 10,000 words, which has a very captivating lead. You know, it's like a clickbait thing. It does get you interested in the story, rolling into a story that allows the customer to become connected emotionally with the avatars in the story. A lot of times these are based on real people. My COO and myself have had multiple sales pages written about our life experiences, and of course, gussied up and made, put some lipstick on the pig kind of thing, make it sound a little more awesome than it might have been in reality. But the idea is the story and the core of it is real. We then take that and then explain how the product truly helped influence our lives. And then we get into the actual benefits of the product and sell the product after that. So it's really creating that connection so someone understands who you are as a person, who you are as a company, what you stand for, and really has that emotional connection, realizing that it's related to them and they can be a part of your tribe.
Again, before we go on, I want to let's give a small example. So you talked about your story, you talked about your COO. Give us a little depth, just a little snippet. Like what makes a captivating story?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm definitely not a copywriter. I'm not the best person in the world to say this. We hire great copywriters that have the skill set times 10. There's coaching groups that teach people this. But in short, it's story, star, solution. So a great example, the first sales page I had was about turmeric. And my dad had a handful of health problems, pain in his shoulder and his neck. He had overweight. He had a bunch of issues. And one of his doctors told him to go eat turmeric. Little words out of the doctor's mouth. That right there started a snowball of what I wanted to create a sales page on, because I wanted my dad to take healthier products, start taking nutritional supplements, and stop waiting for a magic surgery or crazy pill to save him, and actually start using healthy ways to increase his life. Have him take a supplement that increases his health by 1% each day. So the sales page goes into basically the time my mom told me a story of my dad had a horrible problem and freaked out, and she called me in tears. So that part of the story was shared at the beginning. So it created a captivating connection. Someone was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Got them by the seat of their pants. They want to read further. And then I broke into the story of who I am, where I came from. I owned a gym. I'm all about helping people find healthy ways to lose weight and achieve their health goals without going to do crazy stuff or spending tons of money on surgeries or weird things like that. And then the story goes into my father and his health deterioration and what I wanted to do to help him get that. And the journey I went through to help him get there, and how his doctor told him that, and basically how afterwards I looked into the research on turmeric and how amazing it was. And here's all the reasons why turmeric is wonderful and great. And then I have a sale for you. It's turmeric. And so the idea is it's a captivating article, a captivating blog, a captivating story that rolls into an actual solution that is a product. And so we're basically, for lack of a better word, trying to trick people into being healthier, because we want to get their attention so they actually stay there long enough. Because right now we got 5 seconds of attention. And if I said I have a healthy solution to lower inflammation for you, you're going to float away. But if I tell you a captivating story, you might hang on and read more.
So let's take this angle and let's just say, okay, we believe you. We're drinking the Cody Kool-Aid, right? We got to captivate these stories. We got to create this stuff. And shout out to probably a bunch of content writers out there who do this really well. But like, where do we start? Do we just say, okay, we go hire a content writer and help us crack this? Do we bring a story to a copywriter? And then where do we generate these stories from? Like, talk to us. How does this go down?
Definitely. Well, I brought up the example of my dad, right? So everyone has a story in their life and their family about a health issue. We've all gone through some kind of struggle, whether it be weight loss or weight gain, whether it be some injury, something in our lives between us, our partner, our family member, a cousin, an aunt, somebody that's close to us. This has happened. So first off is understand their story. So I always start like an interview. So when I have people I'm coaching to do this kind of stuff, I say, hey, interview this person for 20 or 30 minutes and record the whole darn thing. Just ask them about their story, get them to tell the story in detail, get to tell them their emotions, how they felt, where it made them feel. Because the true story is we're trying to find people like that person who are reading the story that goes, oh, that's just like me. Or oh, that's just like what happened to my husband, right? We want them to feel that connection. And because there's only so many things that can happen to a human, you send this out to 1,000 people, you're going to undoubtedly reach to a few of them that way. So you find the story, you get it collected and put together. From there, it's finding the right copywriter, which is very hard to do. There's different networks of people, but basically I would encourage people first, before you start a venture into this, is joining some kind of coaching group, a mastermind, different kinds of people who already done it, because they already have networks of copywriters to work with. And copywriters don't really work for companies. They tend to be standalone businesses that freelance between different businesses. So it's just a matter of finding the right one or right network of them. And there's a bunch out there, but it does take a while to find the one for your particular niche. And then from there, it's working with them to put together a great sales page. Because if you've never written a sales page, you're not going to write a home run the first try, right? You could say, I bought this program, I bought this product to learn how to write. That will teach you the concepts of writing. But to be able to write, you almost need to be a writer first and have years of experience writing before you even get into the sales page writing world. So it's not something that anybody who could just, download a $100 product and then do it. No, it's definitely a skill set.
So in case someone's listening and they're thinking to themselves, oh, is this only apply in like supplements or health related products? Can we go outside of that, or can you use this methodology and this strategy outside of supplements and health?
Definitely. So it's the two biggest niches are health, weight loss, and of course, how to make money. So the big financial space, you'll see a lot of these sales pages, you see a lot of them in the health space. Those are where you can write the longer form stories and really connect with people. But I do think this does apply to everything you do, because if you think about your company, you have your elevator pitch, right? You have, who your company is, you have your mission, your core values. That tells some things, but it doesn't quite connect with the customer. So let's say you sold surfboards, right? Your story is O'Neill, for example, right? He's a crazy old surf guy. He's got a beard, he's got an eye patch. It's kind of what everybody already knows about the idea of O'Neill. But how do we learn more about it? How do we feel connected that we want to be buying only from O'Neill and not from Rip Curl or some other kind of surfboard company? So you create that story to allow someone to be a part of the tribe and know that they feel belonging to it. But it doesn't have to be as outrageous if you have a more generic type of product like that. But definitely in the health and the financial space, you can go 10, 15,000 word sales pages or those 30 to 45 minute long video sales pages. And they do convert because people are really looking for that solution. But I think this does apply to everything. If you are an e-commerce page and all you have is some pretty pictures and videos, that's all you are. But if you have like a 30-minute mini documentary about your company and how you came to be, you have so much more meat and potatoes about who you are that people want to be a part of them. I love Aptera. It's that electric car company, because I love their story and where they came from, right? I'm captivated by it, and I'm going to buy their car because of it.
So I like how you talked about solution, because I think we see this across a lot of spectrums, across a lot of industries, that their companies are doing feature selling. They're selling features. And question for you is, how do you go from feature selling to solution selling?
Yeah, definitely. Solution selling is the key, right? So you walk up and go, oh, my car is the fastest 0 to 60 and most aerodynamic and get the best miles per gallon. That doesn't matter, right? People want to buy BMWs and Mercedes because they give a sense of luxury. They give a sense of confidence. They give a sense of power, authority, all those kinds of things. So we want to identify what the customer is looking for in your niche. So in the health space, right, someone wants to have not just lose weight and feel better and look good and have less pain. Those are the kind of the benefit, those are kind of the benefits they're going for, but we really want to go into the story behind it. We want to understand that, hey, you're not happy about your weight and you have a relationship's not good because of that. You don't have confidence in your job because you're not feeling good every day because you're getting terrible sleep. All these kind of things people experience in life that may be negative because of the problem they're having is what we almost want to talk about. Because then it goes, oh gosh, you're right. I am experiencing all these problems. I should actually take action, versus just being like, oh, do you want to sleep better? Yeah, I want to sleep better, but like that doesn't mean much to me. But if you're telling me I'm going to get a better job and learn how to focus more and not be exhausted all day long and get a job, I get a raise in my job because I can actually think, I'm intrigued to want to learn more about this particular product and what it is.
So it's really interesting because, and I don't want to like swerve people and think we're like bait and switching them. But in the pre-show, you did talk about that this particular strategy, at least when you started out with it, was not netting you not netting you profitability on the first touch, on the first purchase, meaning you were losing. Let's say you were paying for that customer acquisition. Let's say you're acquiring a customer for $50. It was costing you $100. I don't know if that's the number, but let's just pretend it was. So obviously you weren't profitable when you were selling. So talk to us about like what you do and how the business is set up so that you do become profitable.
Perfect. So great example. We all know the costs for buying ads are incredibly expensive,
And they're going up right now. They've been going up a lot.
100%. And then in the affiliate world, we find like companies to promote us. So I find another supplement brand and say, hey, I have an offer that's you don't have, promote me, and I'll pay you a commission. And those are extremely expensive too. So typically on the front end, when someone buys that first product, you lose money, period. You'll never be able to break even on that front end across, the board when you do the law of large numbers and a lot of customers. And so what we have established doing is creating very functional backends. And this means immediately after someone purchased, they're offered an upsell. Hey, buy more of the same. And that's the first key. Someone that came to you to buy supplements and you're there buying omega-3, you want to sell them more omega-3 because they came there to do it, right? That's it. So it just helps. Someone's there, give them what they want, give them more if they want at a discount. After that, we cross-sell them to a product that's similar and beneficial, kind of like a booster. So if you think about you going to get steak at the grocery store, what's a cross-sell for that? Steak seasoning, bam. Or some forks or tongs or something like that for the barbecue, bam, cross-sell. Something that will make the first purchase better. And then finally, the third thing we usually look at is something that they just need. You know, if you think about the grocery store idea again, you're now there with your steak rub and your steaks, and you're at the register and you're like, oh, I'll buy some gum, I'm here. So we give them something very generic in the niche that's good. So a great example is we have a supplement that's good for lowering cortisol to help you reduce weight. We followed that up with an actual thyroid supplement. We found a lot of our customers have thyroid issues to also help them lose weight but take care of it. So it's a unique product that will help the other product and help their solution. And then the third product is turmeric, because everyone knows what turmeric is and they probably already buying it and might as well grab it from me at a discount. And so if you do that, buy more of the same, cross-sell, you can easily double your average order value in the first day. And then on top of that, we monetize via email. So we'll take someone through a 7-day journey where we give them love and confidence and instill them our company's values before they get their product. But around the time they get their product, we'll start marketing to them more products, more discounts internally, as well as promoting third-party offers. And right now, our email list generates about 70% of our company's profits every single month.
Well, it sounds like we just need to start selling turmeric.
Apparently so. It's the thing.
Well, that it's really interesting because I've worked with a few e-commerce businesses, and luckily enough, I've been early in the business development as they were developing out what the business was going to be. And I was showing them, I'm like, look, we're probably going to break even on this product. Let's add in an addition. Let's do an add-on, right? And a future sell. And then they were like thinking to themselves, okay, cool. Then what else could we sell them long term? So it was a really, I might as well talk about it. I've talked about it on the show before. It was this, they came to us with this idea. It's called the Tooth Fairy box. They actually came to us with this idea of sending monthly boxes to their customers, like a subscription service, because this is when subscription services were really taking off. And they wanted to give box activities for kids from ages 5 to 11, right? So that parents could do these activities and they don't have to go to the craft stores and buy all this stuff. And I said, it seems all over the place. Why don't we sell one specific box that we can sell year round? Because they had stuff like the Easter rabbit, or something for like a mensch for the Jewish holiday, something for Christmas. So I said, let's pick one. And we picked the Tooth Fairy box because that's something that 6 to 11-year-olds are dealing with on a recurring basis throughout the whole year, and parents could buy that. So then they crafted a box, and then they had these 2 additional upsells, which was great. And then they started saying, okay, well, let's upsell them other kinds of boxes, and as they get older, we'll sell them other kinds of things, right? And so it was really interesting working with a business and thinking about those things, because it is so true. To acquire a customer, it's so expensive. Like just selling them one thing, it's kind of not worth it. It's really, really challenging nowadays. I think and I don't know if you've looked at these numbers, but I think car insurance companies, from a digital marketing perspective, they're 2 to 3 years on profitability before they become profitable on any digital marketing effort, which is sort of wild, right?
I believe it. Something I would tell those the monthly subscription people as well is to go make JVs and partnership deals with similar companies and cross promote each other. Because if you're doing the kid stuff and someone else is doing mommy and daddy stuff, you guys should be promoting each other all day long, because mommy and daddy need something and the kids need something absolutely perfect, especially when you have the customers already.
I love that idea. There's one particular business that we've been trying to do that with. They're in the outdoor community, and when you sell one thing to an outdoors person, they kind of encompass all these things. And it's just trying to reach these other brands and saying, hey, like let's send me, like one time it was interesting. The t-shirt company, I'm like, send us your t-shirts. Like it's an outdoor brand with t-shirts. So I'm like, hey, we'll take pictures with with our products, just wearing your t-shirts, right? And I think there's a lot of those, joint ventures, joint partnerships that can be done. Cody, it's been incredible having you on this episode. This has been absolutely really helpful. I'm sure many people will be listening to this and messaging us and saying, wow, that was a good episode. Where do I get more? So I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, you have a program that teaches this. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. It's got a silly name, so don't laugh at me, but it's called Supplement Millionaire. And the idea is we're teaching people who want to make supplement and health offers actually do it the right way, because I've made about $1 million of mistakes over the last 7 years, and I don't want anybody to do that. So basically, I'm giving you all the introductions and the complete cheat sheet to be able to start your business as fast as possible, as low as cost as possible. Now, starting in this space is not easy. You need $15,000 at a minimum to get going. So unless you're that person who has a little bit of capital to get the idea going, I wouldn't even venture there. But if you visit our website, supplementmillionaire.com, we have a whole video explaining the course, explaining the videos, it's giving you tons of advice for about 30 minutes. and probably give away way too much information. As well as we have downloads of checklists and then charts to be able to help you along your journey of launching your health offer. So the whole idea is I'm trying to give as much as humanly possible. And for those who are ready, we have an entire coaching program and community and videos and all this fun stuff you can check out. So supplementmillionaire.com, or you can find me, codybramlett.com. It all links to the same spot. And I got a ton of awesome free content to hand out.
Cody, thanks for coming on the show. It's in the show notes, guys. Check it out. And we'll definitely be having you back soon.
Sounds great. Thank you.